Hey guys, welcome back to another video here. If you've been watching for a while, you may remember this car from a couple years ago. We had molded on a plastic 6 over Crest wide body kit, and it turns out that plastic does not like being molded to metal. So it actually ripped these panels right in half from being fixed in place. So now what we're going to go and do is rip them all off, take you guys along for the ride, and we are going to revive this with a Russian made wide body kit in fiberglass from Body Kit Online store. So tearing into this job, it is bittersweet. It did look totally awesome when we were done, and it held up okay until we got into some extreme temperature cycles, and the hot and cold actually then caused it to just basically disintegrate. It had ripped further than we had actually dug down into the car to originally adhere it to the panels, because this is like an overlay type thing. The fenders are not replacements. The original fenders are underneath those. That's just the way this particular kit is designed. Not necessarily the most amazing looking kit. It doesn't quite have the contours and the body lines that most of the other, let's say, WRC or 22B like kits would have. It was a less expensive kit, so at first that is pretty appetizing for people who just are trying to achieve a wider body to fit wider wheels, maybe a track setup or something like that. They've actually discontinued these kits otherwise since. And with that being said, I would be happy if I did never see another one of these kits again.
What's going on? It's your boy Marcello from the Subi Sanctuary. Behind me we have Ryan Miller, our new addition, Master Tech Body Technician. Anyways guys, today's a fun one. We're going to be ripping off a wide body, a molded wide body off a GC8. This is a 6 over Crest wide body. It's made out of plastic. It was meant for the GC8s. Plastic does not do well with metal in the sunlight. It expands and contracts. So the kit actually ends up cracking, and you will see this now. So behind me, you will see the kit itself completely cracked like this. We didn't even pull on this. It was actually held on by duct tape when the owner dropped it off. So we just pulled the duct tape off, and this is what we're left with now. So now me and Ryan get the fun to rip it off. So enjoy some ASMR wide body pulling.
I have a dice for my contest that's a little tiny guy, and I'd rather use a bigger guy. Do you have a bigger guy?
Too. So she picked me up, and then I offered to take her in, like, jump in the buggy, and we went to Champ or Super Burger there.
Kick it up.
Super weird, like you gotta get used to them, like Amish people.
Yeah, a little dive into Marcello's personal life there. He's been pursuing some Amish girl, but her dad says that he can't date her, and he's upset, so he's taking it out on removing this wide body kit. So in this first bit here, we are just trying to get the kit off the car so we can kind of start fresh. Beyond getting the kit off the car, there is actually some massive prep work before we can even start to consider draping our other kit on the car. So we have all the filler around the edges from the kit where it was molded that we have to get back off. And then we're taking down all of our mating surfaces right down to shiny bare metal in preparation for when we actually get the kit fit, that then we can put the panel bond onto the bare metal and so on and so forth. We'll get into that more once we get to that point. Until then, we are still chipping away at all of the filler around the transitions from the previous kit on the car. Now here we are with the first glimpse of the BKO kit hanging on the car, and already this is looking significantly better. It's really got that nice shape and contour to it. We did get the 22B bumpers with this, but we are actually going to customize the kit to work with the version 6 bumpers. Earlier on the channel we did have this kit completely installed on a car for a review, and it actually is quite a nice kit and quite decent quality and really good fit. So we will carry on now. We are preparing to actually bond on the rear quarter panels so we can start to work on them. So what we're doing first is spreading panel bond all over the bare metal. You want to get all your bare metal covered completely so that you don't have any rust between your layers there. And then you're going to go ahead and absolutely slather the backside of your quarter panel before putting it onto your car. You do want to do both sides of this. You want to rough up your fiberglass really good, and you certainly want to get down to bare metal on your car for a very permanent bond. So we've done that. We're getting our Cleco pins back in place to hold the panel while it dries. And then we are moving over to the other side with the exact same process, except on this one we are tag teaming. He is applying and I am spreading. We did go around and trace where the panel actually lays on top of the quarter panel so that we could make sure that we did get panel bond over every square inch that we are actually going to cover on this. With respect to the remaining bare metal, that is not a concern because you're able to seal that up after the kit is bonded onto the car. Back onto the other quarter panel here, we are beginning again with our panel bond, so getting a nice good amount on there. We typically use like 1 tube per quarter panel to bond something like this on. Now with the quarter panels at least bonded to the car, we can start to consider the side skirts. Most of these kits, the skirt is very imaginative. So it is certainly the shape of the 22B skirt. However, there is no set way to necessarily attach them. A lot of people do mold them front to back. However, I do not like that idea. So what we are going to do is we're going to cut the front of the skirt off. We're going to cap each end of the skirt so that they're watertight. And then we're going to mold the front of the skirt to the bottom of the front fender. And then we're going to mold the rest of the skirt to the rocker panel and quarter panel. So now I am just fitting the skirts, doing some trimming as necessary. I'm going to use Cleco pins again to get all my pieces to sit in place while I get them sorted. And there we are with them all well fit and looking great. And now with the panel bond all dry, we have Ryan painting on some 2K epoxy primer over the bare metal on the quarter panels there. This seals up the metal and gives us something nice for the body filler to grab onto. So here's the beginning of our skirt caps that I had mentioned earlier. This is fiberglass. We've just used the tape as a wall to hold it in place. So this is a pretty crude beginning, but now we will shape it around the rocker and fill and build as necessary. And now that we have the front fender skirt cap, I'll call it, locked in, we can begin to more fine-tune our skirts to actually fit the profile. So I am over on the passenger side now. We've got the skirt front to back right where we want it. So we're going to go ahead, draw our line, make our slice, and we can begin to cap these guys off as well in preparation for now being able to actually panel bond all these sections to the car itself. And then while I've been working on the skirts, Ryan up above here is starting to actually work on the transitions from the kit to the car. And with that first coat already, it looks so much better. But certainly doesn't stop there. One coat does improve the transition, but we still have a long way to go with actually making it perfect. And now on to bonding on the skirts. So again, we are using our trusty panel bond there. And then we've got some lock screws to get it in place. And while the panel bond is still wet, we're running it along so we have an absolutely flush seam along the top through the door. Now with everything bonded to the car and our transitions done and most of our primary body work all done, we can take apart the car and get ready to bring it into the paint booth for primer. Now with all the body work done on the coupe, we are ready to actually get into some of the filler primer for this. I believe this should turn out quite well. We've just got the quarters, skirts, and the fenders to prime. Then a couple little patches on the hood that I want to do as well. With the car out of the booth and back into the shop, we have got everything all primed. It's looking pretty good. So our next step here is to, as you can see, begin block sanding all of this filler primer. We're actually almost done the block sanding at this point. Then from there, we're able to just fly over the car one more time and we can actually wheel it in for the paint. Then here we have a unique little piece. This is an exact replica of the actual 22B skirt cap. I had a friend make these for me. They turned out fantastic. And what I'm doing here is I'm actually panel bonding and a little bit of urethane into the back of the skirt there. Otherwise, this is a big gaping hole and does not look good, nor does it look finished. There we go with the final wipe on the skirt cap. We got it looking totally awesome. Really happy with that. Up above here, I'm showing you the trimmed bumper rather than the kit to make the bumper and the arch perfectly line up. And now we have the car actually all masked for paint. We are using the 020308V paint code. That is the Midnight Black. However, we added in an extra 3 scoops of blue pearl into this, so it really made it quite wild, and this turned out absolutely awesome. We did the body first there, and now we are getting into doing all the loose pieces, which is traditionally the way I like to do it, because then as you have the loose pieces in the booth, you can simply go and put them onto your already painted body. All the front end pieces on the car, we end up doing 3 coats of clear. This is a high solids clear, really good quality stuff. I like to put a bunch more clear on the front of the car for stone chip resilience. Now as we continue to put the car back together, it is really shaping up and this is looking really good. This paint job turned out absolutely awesome. Really happy with it. I don't know if the camera catches the pearl as well as it does in your eyes, but it is incredibly potent. Maybe we put too much pearl, I'm not sure, but it turned out really cool. It's almost like when you break open a blue pen and pour the ink out, you kind of get that super crazy dark blue. Very, very dynamic color, like depending on the way the light hit it. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. The owner really enjoyed it, that's for sure. Overall, this job, which did include stripping off the previous kit and taking everything back down to bare metal in the back, this took us 230 hours to complete. Now here we are wheeling out of the shop with our first glimpse of the car in the sunlight, and what a sight to see. This turned out absolutely awesome. I am really happy with it, as was the owner. There's our gas door. This is actually the standard GC8 gas door. These kits are meant to fit a 22B gas door, which is actually larger than the GC8 door. We had filled in the blank there with panel bond and shaved it back down to reshape it. And overall, we're kind of flying around the car here to show you all of the fantastic angles on this car, because there's certainly no bad ones. As I said before in the review video of the BKO kit, I am very happy with the quality, the fit, and the look. This turned out absolutely awesome. I am going to go ahead and put a link to the BKO website in the description for this video. They have a lot of stuff, if not possibly the most stuff with respect to Subaru body kits, replica kits, all sorts of crazy stuff, rare JDM recreations and whatnot. The guy running BKO certainly is very passionate about the old Subaru stuff, and it really does show when you go to check out the website. There we go, a nice little close-up of the 2-piece skirt setup. That turned out really cool. I'm really happy with it. And there is my 22B skirt caps. Really happy with that. Big shout out to Skylar for making those. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video there, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or need any advice, reach out in the comments below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And until the next one, happy Subaruing.